Hey Mario Karters and FrenzyFans, welcome to our channel.
This is our very first installment of our new segment that we're kicking off.
Yes.
It's a tour unboxing, and it's really cool that it happened with this new level 8, so I kind of feel like there's a refresh to the game.
Yeah.
We're going to take kind of a refresh to how we approach providing information for the community. And so we're going to start these little things called tour unboxings where it's not going to be a tour reaction, right?
Nope.
Tour reactions kind of like the very first time that we open it up.
Yeah.
And everything's new and we get half the stuff wrong. But what we want to do is we want to put together these tour unboxings where we've gone through a lot of the information and we've put it together in a nice, short, concise video that hopefully can help a lot of people out in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, so we've been tossing around this idea for a while. So we're going to be doing one of these each tour. The amount of work that we put in just to get like the format of this all set up, because we really wanted it to be a cool experience. So the amount of work we put in took a lot of time, which is good. I hope it's really beautiful. I hope nothing that I did breaks. But that being said, moving forward, we'll release these a little bit sooner in the week once the tour is released. But for now, you get it today. Yeah. So here we go.
So a little review of what goes on in our tour tour unboxing is we're going to talk about the resources that are available in the tour for us. And then with those resources, what types of things that we can acquire.
Correct.
So we'll talk about the acquisitions that are available.
That's going to be like banners, pipes, all that type of stuff. And then
we got some competition, so we're going to talk about some of the most valuable used items in the game.
Yep.
And how that may or may not influence if you spend your resources on certain items.
Yeah, and this
week.
Yeah, and the competition part, it's all community-driven data. So we are putting out our survey every single tour. Every single week, right? We're doing it for week 1 and week 2.
Yeah, so there's a survey for each week, yeah.
You guys are going to fill that survey out. We're going to collect all that data, and we're going to present which items are actually being used the most, aka competition, or being used the most in competition. So that's for the C.
And then if there's anything else that those 3 categories don't really cover for anything in a new tour, then the very last thing we have is just like an everything else category. If there's something that didn't really fit into one of those 3, then, we'll just chat about other stuff that's kind of pertinent.
Absolutely. And moving forward, the objective is to have these be, we already mentioned this a little bit, but short, sweet, to the point, that type of stuff. This one might be a little bit longer than normal because we're getting our bearings straight, but moving forward, we're hoping that this is just short, digestible, awesome content for you guys to make some great decisions to play better.
Yeah. So let's dive into it. We got the Mii Tour.
Yeah.
First tour was level 8. And the thing on everyone's mind is how many tickets does it take to get to level 8 for your commons and your supers and your high ends especially. And Mario was super gracious. And for just logging in for 10 days, you don't even have to log in every single day of the 2 weeks. If you miss 4 days, you're still okay. 3 or 4 days. Yeah. You still end up getting 10 tickets of driver tickets, 10 kart tickets, and 10 glider tickets, which is just like, whoa.
It blew my mind. We were all speculating beforehand. We're like, maybe it's like going to be 4, 3, and 3, but they spoiled us.
So when you take a look at this graphic, this is, so including the login bonuses as well as your tour gifts and stuff in the token shop. Yeah. These are all of the different ways just to be able to acquire things without spending coins, essentially. So, because nobody knows like how many tickets you're going to get in the daily selects or even in the tier shop.
Absolutely.
There might be some guaranteed tickets in the tier shop, but then there might be extra ones. So we're not including those ones because you would actually have to pay coins for them.
Anything that is absolutely random, this doesn't take into account for that. So it doesn't take into account free pipes. It doesn't take into account regular pipes or all those random things. But every week we will update this to reflect that, or not every week, but every tour will update this to reflect that tour's distribution. Yeah,
so here, if you're free to play, you can expect to get 12 driver tickets, 11 kart tickets, and then 12 glider tickets.
Yeah, we need like an asterisk that says a minimum of 12, minimum of 1. So keep that in mind, minimum of this amount. Yeah. And that way you guys can budget appropriately.
And then if you're a Gold Pass user, you can anticipate getting 1 more of each of those because in the tour rewards, you get the Gold Pass version of it. And then with the premium challenges, there are 2 premium challenge cards. And so that would get you another driver and another cart ticket for 15, 13, and 14. Oh, no, so that premium one, yeah, it gives you one of everything.
Yeah.
And then the just the normal premium challenge gives you another driver ticket. So that's where you jump from 13 to 15 for drivers.
Okay, cool. And then how many, okay, we are brand new right now to the level 8. Remind me, how many tickets is it to take a high-end driver? 8. So keep in mind that Mario is being super, super nice to us right now. So the amount of tickets we're getting this week, if you guys are actually trying to set budgets and how do I want to move forward and build up my resources, it's probably very likely that we're not going to have this amount of tickets each week. So
definitely.
Don't get so excited like, oh my goodness.
Subtract 10 from this.
Yeah.
Take off all the very first ones here, and that would be kind of a typical
of like how to budget.
tour.
So if you're brand new to the game and you think that like, oh my goodness, this is really, really cool. Moving forward, it's this minus 10 typically, unless they become more generous over time. But history shows that it's this minus 10.
Yep.
Cool.
So, but yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so now we've got our Ruby distribution, and this is excluding the ranked Ruby rewards that you get, because there's no way to tell if you're gonna, A, what tier you're in, and B, there's no way for us to tell what tier you're in and whether you're gonna get first, second, or third. So all of those are just gonna be extra, kind of like bonus, but this is gonna be just the amount of rubies that you can get just by playing, unlocking stuff, getting certain points, so on and so forth. So free to play, you can get about 104 rubies, which is good for about 20 pipes, essentially. So you could spend 90, essentially, and get 2 tenors.
Yep.
If you're gold pass, you can get 134 rubies. And premium challenges, you get 164, which would be good for like 3 tenors. So, and I was debating whether or not to add like another column for all these Mii suits. Because those in the Mii shop, see, I just don't know if that's going to be like a thing every single tour going forward.
If that becomes consistent, we will start to include it. But for the time being, we didn't want to put all the work into like developing a system for it, only to use it at one tour.
So, I mean, the basic mechanics of it is if it's in the Mii shop, the very first time that you buy one of those suits, it's 30% off, so it's 70 rubies, and then all the ones after that are 100, and you can get a max of 3, or up to 3.
Okay.
So, if you're really into getting one of these Mii suits, then, kind of take that into consideration with the rubies that you get.
Absolutely. And also keep in mind, too, once again, this is more for the people who are new to the game. The way that he's breaking this down is when you pull a 10 pipe, it costs 45 rubies. So you are going to have extra rubies left over where you could do a combination of these strategies where it's 10/30s, and then you have some leftovers for a couple singles. I don't want you, I guess my point is I don't want you to look at this information right away and think that the single pulls are actually a better deal because you get 32 over 30. It's just communicating that if you were to max out all your rubies in these increments, whether it's 10 pipe pulls at a time for 45 rubies or singles for 5, that's what you're going to get.
So thanks for bringing that up. Sorry. Yeah. If you were to do 2 singles, then you'd have 10 rubies left over, and so you could potentially get 22.
Yeah.
This is just taking into account if you only do 10s or if you only do singles, these are the amount of pipes that you would be able to get.
Absolutely. Cool. I love it. Moving on.
Okay, so now we got the coin distribution. And again, the amount of coins that we're getting this tour is highly inflated because of the 2 days where you can get 30,000 coins on each day. Today was the very first day.
Yeah, which is really
Saturday.
Cool. Yeah, I ended up getting 2 high ends in my daily selects, which totally surprised me, but I am out of coins, and so that 30,000 coins was like really, really helpful to me.
Just in the nick of time.
Yeah, so
unbelievable. And you don't have anything maxed out at level 8?
No, I don't. I've been getting an obnoxious amount of high ends in my daily selects. I was going into this tour thinking like high ends and daily selects for me. Sure, they're saying a certain percentage
for the last row
might happen, but I was thinking that was going to be a thing of the past.
You've had 3 so far total, right?
I've had 4 so far total.
4?
Yeah. So 2 days with singles, like single high ends, and then today I had 2 high ends. So all my coins are gone, and I'm like, whatever. I don't know. It's great. Thank you, Mario. So, okay, so for the Mii Tour coin distribution, if you are a free-to-play player, you're going to get 88,200 coins. If you are a Gold Pass player, you're going to get 96,800. And if you are a Gold Plus the Premium Challenge card, you're going to get 101,400 coins.
And these coins are, like we were saying before, just bare minimum. It doesn't include like your ranked rewards coins that you get. I don't think there are any ranked reward coins this tour, because we have that suit that's going to be available. But then like daily friend coins, that's going to differ for everyone.
Absolutely.
And coin breaking, maybe you're keeping track of how many coins that you need to get, and then how many more you need to do for coin breaking, but that's not included here, obviously.
Absolutely.
So what we're doing here is we're assuming that that we're not going to be buying tickets from the daily shop when they become available, because it's so random. I mean, you've had 4, I've had 0.
Yeah.
I believe moving forward that in the tier shop, they're going to be providing, depending on what tier you're in, but if you're in the higher tiers, they're going to give you a certain amount of driver, cart, and glider tickets.
Yeah.
So these represent the more expensive tier shop prices.
Yeah.
And so if you were to, for some reason in the tour, have the opportunity to buy like 5 or, several driver tickets, the 88,200 would get you 5 tickets.
Cool.
With 96,800, you'd be able to buy 6 driver tickets or 7 cart or glider tickets. Mm-hmm. With over 100,000, you could get 6 driver tickets or 7 cart or glider tickets. And obviously, if you're buying some of some and other amounts of the other, then that's going to change. But it's just kind of, if you were to use all of that coinage that you get for just driver tickets or just cart and glider tickets, this is kind of what the rundown would be. And then same thing for super tickets.
Yeah, and you can see those numbers if you guys are just listening to us right now. If you actually look at the screen eventually, you'll be able to see all those numbers. But
so transitioning from resources now to acquisitions.
Yeah, buddy.
These are going to be the things in pipes, in banners, and in shops that should be available. But we're only going to really focus on how many times that they're going to be used in ranked.
Yeah, so when we first look at the pipe, like obviously you'll see what the option is, and then the idea is how many times are these actually going to be helpful for you in ranked, assuming you don't have something else that outperforms it. Yeah.
So kind of like the basics of the pipe, I think everyone can open up the app and see if this is I think so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 3, so it's a 9% pipe out of 100. But I think that the thing that helps us out that might not be as obvious is how many times each of these spotlights are actually used in ranked. So
both mustaches and the spotlights are used all 3 times. Luigi, Builder Luigi, he's used twice. The Clackety Cart is used twice. Black Dozer used twice. And Builder Mario here is used uno. Only once. So we didn't even put like a little ×3 by him because he's just solo. Cool. All right, so moving on to the special pipe.
Okay, so the special pipe at the time of recording isn't available in the app. And so we're not sure what the odds are. I don't believe there's going to be any spotlights. Yeah. It's probably just going to be like a 2 driver, 2 cart, maybe 3 and 3. Yeah. I don't know. But you could get like 3 like Mario Racers or Mario Baseballs. The one interesting thing about this pipe is that the only items that are used twice as a double feature are the baseball versions.
Yep. So Mario Pinstripe is what I like to call him. And which pinch hitter is this? Is this just we should have like a graphic of the actual names, but...
Yeah, so the red one.
The red pinch hitter.
I think it's the pinch hitter.
Anyway, so you can use those twice in this week. So if you are struggling with ranked and want to know how the pipes actually help you in rank, there you go. And then moving on to week 2.
Yeah, so
what do we have?
So the week 2 pipe, we only have 3 items that are just double featured. Yep. And it's just going to be a double feature in those last 3 courses. It's a little bit harder to get like a double or triple feature in something that's only going to be available in the second week. Yeah. Because there are only 3 races essentially. By the time that this pipe becomes available, first week's ranked is long gone.
Yep.
But Peach Explorer can be used twice. The Yellow Off-Roader can be used twice. Candlelight Flight, I think is what it's called.
Yeah. So with these 2, like part of the reason why we're wanting to bring this to your attention is just so when you guys... I know that some people can be impulsive about pipe pulling or very methodical or somewhere in between. So this is supposed to be just a cheat sheet to actually get you to look at your stuff quickly, because we say double feature, but once again, it goes back to what do you actually have on it. So if you're looking at this video right now and are curious, like go look at your second week, see how many times you personally would use Peach Explorer, and that will help you make the decision of, oh, should I pull for her? Because if I do get her from level 4 to level 6 and use my tickets appropriately and all that type of stuff, it will be beneficial, vice versa, for rank.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you may have other items that you would use otherwise.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Just got to figure it out. Okay, so now
moving to
the Mii shop. So this is kind of fairly straightforward. We've got a quadruple feature with the Peach Mii suit, which is just crazy.
And this is quadruple feature, meaning, okay, so let's clarify really quick. This is good for me too. I did the graphics, he did the data. Mm-hmm. So for the quadruple features, this just means like they just have the opportunity of appearing. So it's not even based off of levels.
I think, yeah, so
you didn't say like, oh, only if they're at level 4 they're appearing this. You're just assuming like they're just appearing in these ranked courses 4 times across the 2 weeks.
No,
correct?
I think for the Peach suit, you do have to have her unlocked at like level 6.
Oh, level 6. 3. Okay, because courses become unlocked. Okay, I just thank you for the clarification. So.
And then the Mario and the Donkey Kong suits are a double feature.
Awesome. All right, moving on to the banners.
All right, so now banners. Yeah, so we've got triple features for Cat Toad and for the 8-bit gold pipe frame.
Okay.
And then Donkey Kong Jr. and the Black Great Sails are double features.
Awesome.
And then in the second week, banners, Penguin Toad and the Snow Crystals, neither of which are going to be a double feature. And also in a 45 rupee pack, it's going to be Pink Gold Peach.
Okay.
And she's only used once. Apparently, the data miners weren't able to upload to Discord the image of Pink Gold Peach because it was a not safe for work filter.
Yeah.
That stopped it from being uploaded. So,
whatever. Okay, we're going to move on. I don't have anything to say about that. That's just obnoxious filters.
Yeah.
So before I go to the next slide, competition. Do you want to break down a little bit what we mean by the competition?
Yeah, so competition. We've started something new in the community where we're wanting to see what the most valuable items are that's community-driven data. So we want to see what, on every ranked track, which are the drivers, karts, and gliders that are being used the most. And so we put together a survey and we put it out on our Discord. We put the links for it in our YouTube videos. So if you're watching the video now, even if you haven't subscribed, or, have anything to do with, our server or Reddit or anything, go ahead and click on the survey. If you're driving something in ranked, go ahead and click on the things that you are actually driving on.
Yeah.
Or, using like your driver, kart, and glider. So, because with that information at the beginning of the subsequent tour, we're going to report on.
This is a ranking based off of the community. So the community as a whole used Peach Explorer more than Tanuki Cookie, right? But that being said, if you have Tanuki, like any of the Tanukis on this one, and you use them, that's your best driver. So the pure fact that they're up here, that's kind of like the pattern you want to start looking for. So if you start to consistently see certain people on podiums and you have lacks in those tracks or in those areas and they're frequent, like that's good information for you to kind of absorb and take in and all that type of stuff. Yep. Also, quick plug. If you guys like this content, let us know, comment give us like the thumbs up, leave a comment. And also, if you guys have yet to subscribe, please do subscribe. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're getting really close, and I'm getting excited. So, subscribe. And at the end of this, too, stick around. We're going to give you the link to the survey for this tour so we can get this information moving forward.
Yep.
Cool.
So this is a Sky Garden Drivers. Just one note that Peach Explorer, she had about 1/3 of all the votes.
Yeah.
And then after that, kind of all the other rest of the drivers kind of had like a clump of the rest of the votes. They're all kind of a little bit more equal. So Peach Explorer, she was the one that most people were using.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
And then for the Sky Garden carts...
Did you know, as a whole, as a community, a majority of people who filled out the survey did not have a top shelf for this course?
That's a little rough. So about a third of the people that filled out the survey didn't have, it was 30% that didn't have a top shelf cart. And then Cupid's Arrow was kind of like right there close as like a quarter of the people that were in the survey used the Cupid's Arrow. And then the prop cart was kind of down there a little ways because it was a brand new cart.
It was brand new. All right, and then for the gliders, we have the 8-bit mushroom coming in first used, the gold toe bean balloons, and the record setter.
Yeah, and so again, the 8-bit super mushroom had about a third of the votes.
Yeah. So here is the summary. These are the number one driver cart and glider for MVI'S based off what the community used.
Yeah.
So we have Peach Explorer, 8-bit mushroom, and the Cupid Arrow.
Now moving on to Yoshi's Circuit RT. So here, Pink Old Peach.
That inappropriate filtered person who can't get posted because of filters, she killed everyone.
Yeah, so she actually had 2/3 exactly of all of the people that filled out the survey used her in Yoshi Circuit RT. And then like 11% used Rosalina swimwear, and then everything after that is just like in the single percents, like way low.
And Mario as a classic. So
super. Yep.
Cool.
And as far as the carts go, so this is like completely different because 1, 2, and 3,
they're really close to each
They were
other.
all like super close, like all within like one vote of each other.
Yep.
So the kind of not unsurprising, the common Yoshi, so the Turbo Yoshi and the Zucchini were right up there, and then the P-Wing were really close. So all three of these made up about 75% of the voting.
That's awesome.
And for gliders, so here's another one where there's just a bunch. With the question mark block was 43%.
Okay.
And the star shoot was 40%, like 41%.
Yeah.
So real close first and second, and then like a way like far third place.
All right. So here is the summary of the Yoshi Circuit RT.
Yeah.
Cool. Moving on. Third race of week 1, Sky Tour.
And this is another one where 2/3 of everyone that took the survey was driving Kamek.
Yep.
And then about 10% were using Yoshiru.
Yep.
And then after that, Mario Golf, just not very many people at all.
Very minimal.
Yep.
He's
like
great.
all of the rest of the drivers, just kind of like a sprinkling here and there.
And then for the carts, we got the gold egg.
Yeah, so this one has a pretty good distribution after the gold egg. So the gold egg was about 20%, 22%.
Yeah.
And then after that, everything is kind of in the like 11-10%.
Yeah.
So the Tanuki cart and the Cactuar.
They actually tied for second, so...
They did. Yep, they had the exact same amount of votes.
I had up my little podium to represent.
That's right. So we got a 1, 2, and 2.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so moving to the gliders, we got the gold crane, the golden dragon wings in second, and in third place, just the dragon wings.
Yeah. So the gold crane had almost 40% of all of the votes in the survey. And then the other two were really close at just hovering right around 12%. So for Kalimari Desert, this was the combination of driver, cart, and glider that was most used by everyone that took the survey.
Cool. All right, so for Rock Mountain Tea, for the drivers, looks like we have Dry Bowser in first, Boomerang Bro in second, and Black Yoshi in third.
Yeah, so Dry Bowser had about 30% of the votes. And then Boomerang Bro had 17%, and Black Yoshi had about 14%. So kind of the overwhelming, or not overwhelming, but you know, like a pretty good chunk. We're using Dry Bowser. What did you use?
I used Boomerang Bro.
Yeah, I did too.
Because I took him to level 7, so...
Yeah, so the thing is if you have both of them at level 7, but Dry Bowser just uncapped once...
Yeah.
and Boomerang Bro uncapped 3 times,
Yeah.
they actually give you, they're equal as far as points go. The 780 versus 980 versus 975
Yeah.
base points gives you the exact same scores.
And I think for Dry Bowser too, he had more base points than my Boomerang Bro did, but Boomerang Bro had the special skill, so I was able to get a couple really good, not even boom boxes, just like, not when they have like a coin box frenzy, but when they have like a single coin box and you pick them up. Is that still considered a boom box?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple of those. That was great.
Yeah.
Cool. And then moving to the carts. Go for it.
Yeah, so we got the Off-Roader, which had 35% of the votes. Then the Bad Wagon and DK Jumbo. Bad Wagon had 14%, and DK Jumbo had about 11%.
Cool. So for the gliders, we have the Swooper. What percentage was the Swooper? Like, killed people, right? Like, it was just...
It killed people.
It killed people.
It took lives away from individuals. Of all of the...
Don't put me on camera! I don't know what I'm doing! Okay, the glider!
Of all of the lethal things in Mario Kart, the Swooper takes the cake.
Swooped down and killed everybody! We have to edit that out, I think.
No.
No? Okay.
60% of the people that took the survey ended up
Okay.
using the Swooper. And then the Black Great Sale was 20% of the people.
It was way kinder to everybody.
Yeah. And then the Super Glider here, which is the Waluigi wing, got 7%. So definitely the majority. We're looking at the Swooper and the Black Great Sale.
Cool. So the MVI'S. I'm keeping my mouth shut. You got this.
No, you're doing so good. This is great.
Alright, so we got Dry Bowser, the infamous Swooper, and the Off-Roader.
The very lethal.
Very lethal Swooper. Alright. So moving to Sky Garden T. What percentage? This was like evenly distributed pretty much.
Yeah, so it's interesting with these newer
Yeah.
courses that come out, how the distribution just kind of shakes down versus the tracks that have been around for a long time where there's been quite a bit of time or quite a bit of opportunity for people to be able to level like specific things up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got, let's see here, Vacation Luigi was at 23.4%. And then the Yoshi Roo, he had 22, so within like 1% of each other.
Yeah.
And then the Party Time Toad, he's down there at like 17%. So, 23, 22, 17, it's a pretty good distribution.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that all of these, except for maybe Yoshi Roo, are probably at lower levels. I'm surprised at seeing Party Time Toad.
Yeah.
I think the people that use Yoshiru had him at a high level and probably did very well.
Yeah.
I would be willing to bet that the people that had Vacation Luigi probably had him in between like level 2 and level 5.
Okay.
And then those that were using Party Time Toad probably still had him at a low level, but he was maybe like the only one because the other 2 drivers were like city introduced and maybe people didn't pull on those ones.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It's interesting, though.
Sweet.
Speaking of interesting, another one of these with a brand new course that's introduced and people don't have.
Yeah, a majority. So if you, I don't know, this is nice for me to know because I always feel like, I'm doing something wrong when I don't have like a top shelf something.
Yeah.
But that's like in this case, that's the majority of the player base who submitted the survey. Doesn't have a top shelf cart on this one.
Yeah. So the dividing line between those that didn't have a cart and those that were using the Tanuki carts was very, very close.
It was.
So 28% for no cart, and then 26% of those that took the survey were using the Tanuki cart.
Okay.
And then all the way down at 15% is the Magma Broom, which kind of makes sense because it was like brand new and.
Yeah, not many people pulled on that pipe.
And that was like the only. You did pull on the pipe, and that was the only top shelf that you had, and it's probably going to be the valuable one that you would use.
For sure. So going to the gliders, we have the Magic Parasol in first, the Glinting Glider in second, and the Aurora Balloons in third.
Yep, so 27% had the Magic Parasol, and then second and third were actually really close. They were both around like 17%.
Okay.
So.
Cool. So the MVI'S, we got Vacation Luigi, Magic Parasol, and the Tanuki cart.
Yeah.
which really was a not top shelf cart is the MVI, but
Yeah.
that's not really valuable. So moving on. So for the RMX Ghost Valley 1RT, which this is the last race of the second week of the Sky Tour, we have Kamek in first, Snooky Tanuki, Toki Rosalina, and
one of the 8 names that we have for her.
Halloween Peach.
You didn't say Cookie Tanuki.
I
Tanuki
don't-
Cookie.
You know, doing really good at life today.
So, more than 2/3 of everyone that took the survey was driving Kamek on this.
So both courses, he swept for the win.
Swept.
Swept. Continue.
And then, so interesting little tidbit
Yeah.
is that Cookie Tanuki and Rosalina Halloween,
Yeah.
they were both at 7%.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for
So-
correcting me. I said Halloween Peach, but it's Halloween Rosalina.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Rosalina Halloween and Tanuki Rosalina.
Yep.
So they were both kind of hovering around like that 7-8%.
Cool. All right. Carts. We got I'm going to let you say these names because I'm going to mess these ones up.
Yeah, the Kamek Zoom Broom got 34%.
Okay.
Then we have the Gold Pumpkin Cart, which was at about 15% of people used it. And then the Red Crawly Cart was kind of down there like the 7%. So I think the Red Crawly Cart was a commemorative item at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And then I remember that Gold Pumpkin Cart, that was only available in a special pipe and
Yeah.
it wasn't a spotlight.
Yep.
It was super hard to get. So that's
Yep.
interesting to me that it came in second.
With so many people pulled for it. We were able to get it.
Yeah, I'm surprised to
Yeah.
see that so many people had used it there. So,
Cool.
oh, and maybe it came back for something.
I think
else
it came
too.
back at some point in time. Yeah.
All right, so now on to the gliders, and the Dream Glider had 40% usage.
Yeah, all the Kamek stuff.
Kamek.
Kamek.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I say that? All the Kamek stuff really did have a great show up.
Yeah, and then we have another. the Kamek really showed up. Really did.
I'm not good at my job. Okay. But this is one where 2 gliders tied for second, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were both right at 12.1%.
Yep.
The Manta Glider and the Oh, so you know what? Actually, this is the Vampire Wings. We have a graphic of the Dragon Wings. But it was the Vampire Wings that actually ended up making
That's
it.
my bad.
Yeah. So no worries. I'm glad that we clarified it there because
Okay.
I don't think
Thank
that
you.
the Dragon Wings were actually available. So
Okay.
yep, Vampire Wings.
Okay.
Not that it matters, but the
Yeah.
whole Kamek set showed up.
Cool.
Showed up so hard and played so good.
They're really excelling at life. Overachievers.
So yeah, that is a little interesting that for I guess this course.
Yeah.
Well, and I think this course was probably the new course that was introduced in the Kamek Tour.
Probably.
So maybe that's why.
Cool.
All right, so now for the whole tour,
Yeah.
we're looking at all of the ranked most valuable items
Yep.
for all of the courses. Kind of a little summary here. And now for the whole entire tour, what we're doing here... Oh yeah, the drum roll should have been right before we got here. We just found out about these little graphics like literally 2 minutes before we started recording. We're like, oh, maybe we can use these.
No, dude. It's all good.
So, what we're going to be doing from this point forward is presenting us previous tours' most valuable items.
Yeah.
And the way that this is going to get shaken down is for everything that received or was in first place,
Yes.
it's going to receive a score of 10 points. Second place will have 9, third place 8, so on and so forth.
Okay.
So that after all 6 courses are all added up, then we then have a point total, and that point total is going to be what now ranks the most valuable drivers, carts, and gliders for the entire tour for ranked.
So we're gonna do that for the tour, but then the other goal, and the reason why it's so important to keep like submitting your surveys, is we want to know long term what are the actual items that are being used the most by the community. So that will compound over and over and over time, and we'll come up with some really good data.
So in all of the tour unboxing episodes after this one, we're going to have another slide that kind of has like an accumulative tour value. And I think we'll go up to about 10 tours, and it'll be a rolling average.
Yeah.
After 10 tours, the Sky Tour is going to drop off.
Yeah.
In the 11th tour from when we are right now.
That's fair.
So that we'll kind of see like a good rolling average of just items that are used a lot. So
cool.
Here we can see that Chemic got first, and then there was a tie for Cookie Tanuki and Yoshiru.
Yep.
And then as far as carts go,
a majority of people did not use a cart, like a top shelf cart. So then the 8-bit mushroom and the magic parasol, they are currently tied for first for the tour.
Yeah.
And then the record setters in third.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, are we ready to go to the everything else category?
Yes, please.
Man, this is longer than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. We're working on it.
Okay. So, we're in level 8. And one of the things that I think a lot of us are wanting to know is what drivers, especially, are really going that we're really wanting to focus on to take to level 8. And a lot of us use COINBOX drivers a lot if we're, competitive and ranked and ACR. We want to know what COINBOX drivers, when you take the dive and invest a total of 22 tickets in them in the end to get into level 8, how many COINBOX drivers will actually give you a course that doesn't currently have a COINBOX driver on them? So a lot of the level 8 buffs of these COINBOX drivers actually give you a course that you already have a COINBOX driver on. So for example, Meowser at level 8, he unlocks, I think, Maple Treeway. Yep. Which Santa Bowser already has. Yep. So, if tickets are scarce and you're wanting to kind of get like the most bang for your buck as far as coverage-wise with the COINBOXERS, these are the 5 COINBOXERS that are currently in the game that, when unlocked at level 8, give you a course with them as being the only COINBOXER. Yep. So for Mario, Tuxedo Mario, you get Kalimari Desert 2 RT, which I love.
That's a good one.
Because when it was in ranked recently, we got lucky because it was in the Chemic Cup, so we were able to use Chemic. But before, when it was in ranked, I had to use like a baby Mario Koala, which was at like level 2. Yeah. And real hard. So now we have the option of getting Mario Tuxedo to level 8 and then having him permanent on that course.
Cool. I like this. This is really helpful in my mind.
And so then we got Rosalina Swimwear, Koopa Troopa Beach 2T. And then interesting that Bowser Santa and Pink Gold Peach, they get a couple of the Rosalina Ice Worlds. So RT and T flavors for each respectively. Yeah. And then good old Mario Hakama, look at him. At level 8, he gets Donut Plains 2 RT all to himself.
That's cute. He needs something like that, you know? He's pretty cool.
So.
No, I like this. It's helpful to know because I think when I'm looking at this, it's really easy to then make an assessment like, okay, well, I have Tuxedo Mario at level 6, but I have Santa Bowser at level 7. Which one's going to give me the most bang for my buck for my investments? Yep.
And if the driver that you're considering to level up isn't on this list, you might have Meowser primed at level 7 and you want to take him to level 8, and you might not have Santa Bowser, and so then that is like perfect. For sure. Or you might have him at like a lower level. And so that would give you increased value on Maple Treeway to that course if you're to use Meowser. Yeah, and the cool thing about level 8 is you're now assuming that if you, because level 8 is so hard to acquire unless you are a whale, Sammy D's little sign going across our thing, no problems. Yeah, unless you're a whale, getting to level 8 is going to be really hard to accomplish. So you can assume if you're taking Santa Bowser to level 8, he is going to give you top shelf for all of the courses he covers, but the uniqueness is even as you level up the other ones, as you acquire more tickets, he's going to have this standalone course that's just his. So I think that's kind of like what we're trying to show here. Yeah. So, cool. All right, moving on. Okay, so now the COINBOXERS that have the most unique non-city courses is what it is. So it means that they don't share any other COINBOX drivers for any of these courses. So Meowser and Tuxedo Mario both have 8 courses that they're the only COINBOXERS on.
Okay.
And Gold Koopa Freerunning has 7.
Cool. And that is at what level? Just any level.
Yep. Total.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if you have them at level.
I think it's including level 8.
Okay.
Includes those. It's included in those 8
okay,
courses
cool.
for Mario Tuxedo.
Cool. Good to know.
Okay, now shifting gears. Let's talk about daily selects for just a minute, which might actually be like 10.
You have plans.
Yeah. So. Okay. we do have a time commitment that we have to stick to. So. Okay, so when the news of level 8 hit, I made this little calculator to try and help us figure out if the mechanics of the daily selects were to continue the way that we've known them to be in the game up until now, which was a big if, and still is, because I think we're still kind of seeing stuff in the community that's like, wait, how did... So this is information that you should kind of take with a grain of salt, but I think it's still good to see numbers associated with it.
Absolutely.
Okay? So I made a calculator that made it so that based on however many tickets that it took to level up all of the common drivers, carts, and gliders that are in their like specific categories, right? And the super driver, carts, and gliders, whatever the level increment is, that now we know is 40 tickets for a common and 16 for supers.
So many.
This, it was a dynamic calculator, so all these numbers would change based on like what numbers you put in, but now that we know for sure that it's 40 and 16, we're taking a look at all of the different categories now of things to be able to max out that would then give you the opportunity of getting tickets. Now, again, we're not sure that this is the same way that Daily Selects is working, but just to illustrate a point, you know, if you were to spend coins, essentially purchasing all of the drivers and carts and gliders that are in the Daily Selects,
with the benefit,
and you didn't pull any pipes.
Yeah, with the benefit of having them at level 8, yes, that's great, but mainly with the strategy of maxing them out so you can get the high-end tickets appearing in your shop. That's an old strategy everybody subscribed to. Now we're kind of dissecting, does that strategy still hold its own?
All these values are assuming that you have all of these categories already at level 7. So this is only taking stuff from level 7 to level 8. If you were to do it for every category that's in there, it would take over 2 million coins to get it. And with those 2 million coins, if we were to assume that you were able to purchase a high-end driver, cart, and glider ticket in the tier shop, so that's the more expensive, it's the 15,000 for a driver and then 13,000 for the cart and glider. So a total of 41,000. You could get 58 sets of tickets, or essentially 174 tickets with that 2 million coins.
Yeah.
Versus just unlocking stuff in the daily selects. So the idea was, and then we also have the total pipes to pull.
Yep.
If you were to pull on pipes and get the exact amount of each one of these things that you needed, it would take a very minimum of 1,864 pipes, which equates to almost 8,400 rubies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big project to max out daily selects moving forward. So the question that you need to ask yourself, knowing kind of the information and how everything's laid out, granted we don't know if the mechanics of the daily selects are how that part's gonna shake out. If you were to be spending all your coins just to buy the things to get them to level 8, it's gonna take you a long, long time.
Yeah, probably in the. I mean, you're gonna be pulling pipes and stuff, so it would definitely be over the 1 million, maybe like 1.5 million. And if Nintendo is offering us a way to alternatively purchase tickets, the thing that we have to ask ourselves is it better to try and use those resources that are available to us to work towards opening up the opportunity at getting a small percentage of chance of getting tickets? Or is it better to just use those resources just to get the tickets right when you need them?
Yeah. Especially now that we're seeing that the bottom shelf of the Daily Selects is opened to have high-end tickets. That even like lessens the intrigue on maxing everything out.
Right.
And not necessarily maxing everything out long term, but like the short term, like which one are we going to sprint towards? This might just give you a reason to pause a second and just kind of digest.
So let us know what your thoughts are in the comments if you think that this is something that you're going to try. I mean, so it only takes like 122,000 coins, or if you already have the tickets to do like the 3 premium normals, you might just want to try doing that. There's no guarantee though that if you do the Baby Luigi, the Pipe Buggy, and the Piranha Parafoil, that you will start getting tickets if they were to roll in your shop.
Yeah.
So that's kind of still up in the air, but you know, if you want to try it out, I think I might, because I just have those. I've got over 40 tickets of each one of those, and I'm not going to be using them on anything else. Yeah. So I might just try it and see if it gets me like an extra ticket at some point.
I like it. Hey!
And now we're finished. Yay.
Wait, was I not supposed to do that?
No. So that's good. So we've gone through all the resources, acquisitions, competition, and everything else, and now we're at the finish line.
Yay, we did it! We did it, guys! We finished the race! Yay! Okay.
So yeah, this was our very first attempt, and hopefully the ones moving forward are going to be a little bit more refined, hopefully a little bit shorter.
Absolutely.
But let us know in the comments and on the Discord what you think of this. Like, this is our first attempt at kind of doing this new like tour unboxing segment.
Absolutely.
Let us know if it's something that you think is valuable. If we need to focus on one aspect of what we've just done in the video.
Yeah, one of our debates too is like, should the MVI'S be like a standalone video, right? We're gonna be doing that long term, so should we pull that out of this and do something else? Should we? I love the unboxing of the things and just like seeing like a bird's eye view how it all lays out and plays out for the resources and acquisitions and all that type of stuff. So I hope you guys got a lot from this, because I think it's fun.
Yeah.
But let us know.
Yeah, so we're definitely open for feedback.
Yeah.
Please hit the like button, the thumbs up. Yeah. And
make sure to subscribe. Once again, we're almost to 1,000. I'm so excited.
And if you're new to the channel, we have a FrenzyFans Discord that has all, so at least all of the resource information is on our. We've got like graphics to be able to show on the server. Yeah. So if you go to FrenzyFans.com and just click on the invite link. And then we have some memberships for Frenzy Friend and Frenzy Family members, where there's invitations to strat chats and pipe pulling parties.
Yep. So. And if you guys want to, we would love you guys to continue to fill out the surveys. So if you have yet to do it, it's frenzyfans.com/MVI. Most valuable item. So MVI. That'll take you to a Google form. Fill out all the things, all the questions. And we're doing that on a weekly basis, so we can over time collect all the data and see what's cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. And until the next video, may the frenzies be forever in your favor.
See you guys later.